Mango Bay, Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/MangoBay.
Mango.
Bay.
Welcome to Mango Bay.
Welcome to Mango fucking Bay, dude.
You know what it is.
I've always known what it is.
This is the one-stop shop for brown recklessness and brilliance and just excellence. You know what the fuck? You know where the fuck you're at right now.
We're two
Don't
brown
pretend.
South Asian New York City comedians who are best boys who bring the gyan, the thoughts, and the
The
thoughts.
gyan to the gals.
The gyan to the guys. The gals get the gyan.
Gyan
gals.
We're stroking out over here. You know what it is. Oh boy, I heard we have a Patreon.
We don't.
We don't, right? That was
No, we don't.
bullshit, right?
Shut the
Yeah,
fuck up.
that's
We
like-
actually fucking
Wait,
do,
wait,
dude.
What's in it?
Oh my God. Sorry for lying to you. I would never do that again, dude. We have audio-only bonus episodes.
Amazing.
Called Mango After Dark. We have a compendium of sorts of episodes of the past that are just only available on Patreon.
Oh my gosh.
Little mango bloopers, little mango bites. parts of
Holy
the episode you
shit.
can't see on the fucking thing. We're about to start live streaming.
Okay.
So you can get the live stream episode as we do it.
you
from
can
my
get the
mouth
episode as
to
it's
my
happening.
anus to your mouth.
Yeah,
Anus.
exactly. We're gonna human centipede this bitch all the way
100%,
to
dude.
you.
And it's gonna be beautiful. And then we also are just gonna be like fucking popping off on the Patreon. I got new
Yeah.
stuff coming.
Topical
through the
news
pipeline.
segments. We got
topical news
a
segments.
lot of stuff developing. A lot of stuff in
Roll
the hopper.
through. Holler at your boys.
Yeah. What's going on? Let's get into some
Jungly of the
jungly
week,
shit.
dude.
Let's get into some jungly shit. What's going on with you?
A couple of days ago, headlined
That's
with my
right.
fans.
At the New York Comedy
New
Festival.
York Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
Felt great about it.
I
had
hosted.
My boy hosted. We had Zuby on the ones and twos. We had other boy Peter on the ones and twos. Everyone smashed. It was a fucking joy to do. Truly
great.
a joy. I felt so. I was nervous the entire day. I was nervous going
I'm surprised by that because you've
Well,
been doing the hour for a while.
No,
now.
it wasn't about that. It was about my people in New York. You know,
yeah.
I can do an hour in San Diego, and I'm just going there. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But here's like my people. It's here. It's fucking happening.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So a little nervous going in. When I saw that it was packed, it was like a surreal experience.
It was unreal. Dude, people were lining up
People
out
were
on the
lining
street
up
before
dude.
the
Some
previous
guy, it
show.
looked like immigration services.
They,
bro.
dude, they were
Like,
starting their own fucking Pani Puri stand. They had like a chart stand waiting
There's
for
one
you.
guy who was like, green card? It's
Yeah.
like, no, this is a comedy show. Huh?
Yeah, it was
People
wild.
coming in. Yeah. Yeah. Whenever like 19 Indians or Bengalis
Yeah.
perform, there's like a guy in a lungi comes out, gets a shop going. Jesus Christ. So it was wild. It was wild, dude. It was awesome. People were lining. I could feel that. It was like fandom. I could feel the fandom of it. Because in San Diego and all these other places I've headlined Chicago, they're a part of the crowd.
Yes.
My fans.
Yes.
This was
All your fans.
All my fans.
All your fans.
In a room. Because New York is a very big hub of where I do. So I was just fucking what? And then all my boys and girls that I booked on this were killing it. My people, and I was like, oh, the vibe is happening.
Yeah.
Blooming.
Yep. I mean, it had definitely like old Indian social function vibes because
Sure.
I remember while I was watching the line, there was definitely some aunties in there
Yeah,
with
dude.
some young boys too, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Dude,
my boy is a true draw.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
You know?
I got the auntie actually energy.
Yeah.
Bro, she had the fucking namaz fucking prayer rug hanging out. Between the sets, during the applause break, I'll do a quick rakat, you know? So it was like fucking crazy. Of course, what happens is my boy Peter starts coming on a horse in one of his bits, and then all the
Very
Muslims
funny
leave.
Dude, that was hilarious. That was unbelievably funny. It wasn't even one of his dirtier jokes. It was
Yeah.
about a guy maybe who does sex stuff with horses. And as soon as Peter
Bro.
finished, just like 5 hijabs and then 3 like 12-year-old boys in hoodies just filed out.
Well, the boys had to put on boy hijabs.
Yeah.
Because they were so
Yeah,
like,
they
oh,
were
God.
they had to be
my God.
modest.
So the hijab.
That is the brown boy hijab.
It's
is
the
the
hoodie.
hoodie up.
And it was fucking crazy because he was like, horse fucking, right, auntie?
Yeah.
Right, you specifically?
You got to do in his accent. Horse fucking. You know what I'm
talking about.
Come on.
Horse
Come
fucking.
on.
And then after leaving, he should have been like, come on.
Where you
Come
going?
on. So it was hilarious seeing that. And I, of course, brown boyed them as they walked out. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Bless, doing the, fucking, to my headlining set.
So you went Hindu with it.
I went Hindu with it a little bit, but Muslims do it too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how like Hindus like stop you from doing it? Like,
Yeah, Muslims are like, no.
Go down
The
there and lick
deeper,
it, bitch.
lower.
Lick my toe. So it was like, intense, and I was like, okay, these guys can't handle it, which is good because it wasn't like I was gonna come out with them with anything better. I have horse cum jokes myself.
Yeah.
These are my favorite. So it was a hilarious, awesome time. I felt great about it. I felt so good to do stuff with my people, and it was just a great time. It was awesome.
It was an amazing time. There's a saying: don't meet your heroes. I have another saying. It's don't meet your fans because some of them are fucking weird.
Yeah, it's a weird fans.
Okay, some of them were great.
Yeah.
Rafi, Jivan. I remember this guy, Jivan Mathur guy. There's some really cool guys there. A couple weirdos.
Rasputin-y weirdos.
Yeah, a couple real weirdos.
Real, like it looks like they don't wash their hair, but it's still wet.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, these motherfuckers?
It's wet for all the wrong reasons.
It ain't water, bitch.
Yeah, I remember this guy was smoking a cigarillo. I'm like, did you shop at my dad's closet in 1988? Like, you're clearly like a crypto nerd who has millions of dollars.
He's dressed like a villain who gets beat up in the opening credits. That one guy.
Yeah. No, he has hardcore villain energy. hardcore villain energy.
And as we're hanging out, he'd be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, let me hang out with you guys." I'm like, "Dude, you're 31."
I looked
What
at
are
the
you
guy
doing?
and I was like, no, now I remember why bullying is sometimes okay.
Yeah.
Like why bullying does
There
happen.
was
It's
one
a
time-
natural occurrence.
There was one point where me, P, and Peter were hanging out, and this guy tried to come at us. I pushed him. I just pushed him. I was like, "No."
Yeah. Oh no, I was right
No,
there too.
right.
You were like,
No,
not
no,
anymore.
you can't.
Not
You
You know what was
can't.
great is we had all had that experience with him too. So we were all synced up on that.
Yeah, this guy
We had all
sucks.
individually had to
But
deal with this guy.
sucks together, and then I was feeling myself because it was my show.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel a little power. Like I can do what I want after the show. Like push away a fan.
You would do that anyway, though. One of the first times we ever hung out, it was maybe the first time we took LSD. We went and saw fucking Dr. Octagon or some shit, and we were bopping around the city, and we were having a fucking blast.
Yeah.
And I remember we were landing up off the G train in Queens at Long Island City, and this real creepo from the comedy scene was up, and I'm new to the game. You're not. You're a fucking hot boy in the scene. We're sitting there. You got your arm around me. This guy comes up. He's like, "Hey man." You're like, No. No, you face palmed him. You gave him the Heisman Trophy face palm to this guy and just shoved him away. You're like,
I
nope,
might have
nope,
shot him a couple of times.
No, bro, no.
I might have shot him. I might have. It was so not gonna happen because this was a pure vibe, and I was hanging out.
It
It was
truly
pure
was.
vibe, and he's gonna un-LSD us. I might have a bad trip now because this fucking.
He's about to turn into a bath salts trip.
Yes.
Yeah, it was about to go from that to fucking PCP.
You know what I'm saying? So when we were hanging, me, you, and Peter were hanging out, it was like, oh, my boys, we all had great sets, and I just want to hang out in the space of our sets. And this guy's like,
Yeah, he was bad. He was bad. Not
Yeah.
even like friendly energy. It was like there was
No, it wasn't. We were good with friendly.
Yeah.
Friendly's all good. Friend begets more friend.
Yeah.
This guy was like he was trying to sell us a timeshare.
He was very smug. He was a
Yeah.
weird smugness to him, and I'm like,
And he's a smug that also tries jokes.
Yeah.
So it's like, here's one for you.
yeah,
No.
That's one for no one.
So that's not even yourself.
Yeah. Here's 0 for no one.
Here's some head and shoulders
Okay?
for that
Not one.
oily hair, though.
Yeah.
Stop. I mean, could we get a? Jesus Christ, he was roasting. He was like sizzling.
Yeah, he was gross. Anyway, let's push that out of the way. We got
We
a
had a good
very
time.
very special guest.
This guy's
here
been sitting
today.
so nicely
Oh man,
during the story.
observing. This guy is such a fucking OG. I
Dude,
love this guy.
G is the fucking word for this guy.
He really is.
And you wouldn't even know it. He's got like John Stockton energy, where it's like Banks 80 for the Utah Jazz has a minivan with his kids.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm on a pilot.
The true OGs.
Do you?
What?
In your
Yeah.
fleet of vehicles?
We have Shomi.
That's the car.
On
Yeah.
a pilot.
Yeah, I love it.
You had to take the Porsche instead.
took a Porsche.
We got Shomi Patwary. Shomi, what's your socials?
Shomi Patwary at Shomi Patwary for Twitter
At
and
Shomi
Instagram.
Patwary.
Okay.
Twitter and
I
Instagram.
didn't think about it because it used to be Elusive Media, my company, but it's not that anymore.
Got you. So he's
So-
locked in. And this guy is a
Director,
what are you not?
producer.
What are you
not,
fucking
Shomi?
not, bro?
Yeah,
Producer,
I-
director.
Yeah, I direct, I produce, sometimes design. I used to make beats. I used to rap.
Yeah. So Shomi's done it all.
I'm only doing this shit because I used to rap.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. You want to revive your
In
rap
fact,
career?
I think he's dropping a track
I'm
in
hoping
5,
those
4.
tracks never get leaked.
Drop the beat.
None of those college records ever get leaked.
Get canceled immediately.
Is it one of those like actually hard beats, or is it one of those like I'm brown and it's tough for me because of random
Hell no,
sampling?
I just thought. Look, I'm one of those brown dudes. I grew up in the hood.
Right.
Right?
Where'd you grow
Like,
up?
before we-
Virginia Beach, Virginia. We can go to that later.
Yeah, before we get into it, we do have to get to our first segment. We just want to bring Shomi in.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I was talking
writer,
to you.
producer, director. No,
Yeah,
you're
we
great.
lost it. We lost
You're
it.
great.
Great.
We're doing a new thing now, so it's always in progress. We're talking about our brand of the week, and this
Yes.
week it's about Malala Getting married.
She
getting
got it,
that
dude.
lala.
She got lalaed up, dude.
Yeah. Malala got lalaed up. She got booed up with a hot dude named, what was his name? Asar Malik?
I think like Usama bin Laden. I think something bin Laden or something like that.
Something like that. Something like that.
The article-
Zawahiri? Something. I forget.
Baghdadi bin Hamas
Yeah.
cakes. So they fell in love or something. I think I read the article. It's such a funny thing. It was like they both shared a love of activism, and I wanted to add like, and also a love of not getting shot in the face.
Not getting shot in the face. Malala, first of all, turned out to be a fucking dime piece.
Super cute.
She's looking hot as hell.
Hot activist. I didn't know this. It sidelined me. I didn't know that she was even had an orientation of any sort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
With activists, you just wonder like, okay, you just activize until you're dead. And
Yeah.
then that's it.
You don't have any juices flowing.
You don't
down
do the
there.
flowing because your juices flow for the culture. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess this guy.
Equality makes you come. All right, whatever, you know?
I guess this guy just held up like a trans flag, and she's like, "I'm gonna marry you." Okay,
I don't know if Malala's that woke.
maybe not.
You know?
maybe not.
She still rocks the
So she gets shot in the face. She shoots a trans person in the face. It begets more hate.
So Malala is an Oxford graduate, youngest Nobel Prize winner of all time, and her husband is a really big cricket fan. That's like literally his job. He like works for.
Dude, I saw the picture. He looks like he like not even manages, but just works at a hookah lounge.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah.
Like just the guy with the coals, with the tongs and the coals. He's that guy.
He's a very good looking guy.
Very good looking guy.
Seems like a sweet guy. Did she marry down? Probably. But it's who is she going to marry up? Who's she going to marry? Obama? Like what's the where else is she going to go with it?
Yeah.
Right?
How do you marry up when you're the most incredible human being?
If Zayn Malik hadn't been such a white chaser like that,
Yeah. Actually, Bella Hadid is Lebanese.
That's true. She's fucking
So hot,
dude. She
dude.
transcends race.
Out
She's
of control hot.
She's like a fucking Martian.
And then Gigi's a human being too.
Yeah, Gigi exists.
Or Bella. Bella is the one who.
Bella.
Anyway, I get my Lebanese mixed up, bro.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
my issue. But here's the thing: it's like all love to Malala. You fucking, I can't imagine you having sex ever. That makes no sense.
And
to me.
that's how it should be. And there's, who else had that opinion? The Taliban.
Oh.
Okay, they also were like never.
In fact, one would say that's a pretty strong opinion.
Yeah.
they might have had. The Taliban boo. Maybe, do you think there's a +1 for like
What?
for like Taliban getting invited to her wedding? I'll be there. I made you, so I'll be there.
Yeah, basically. Show me, what's your take on Malala getting married, booed up?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought you were talking about Obama's daughter.
What's her name? Malia.
Idiot.
Right.
Yes, I'm a fucking idiot. No, I'm fucking stupid.
That's awesome.
My brain is.
No, it's an easy. The
haven't
names
had
are
sleep.
similar.
Because you're like, why did Obama's daughter get a Nobel Prize?
Yeah,
Well, then
for
you mentioned
sitting
Obama,
down?
then I got even more confused. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? No,
She got
honestly, no. I haven't kept up with her in a while.
Right.
So I didn't even
Nobody
know how
really
old she
does,
was. That's
yeah.
like, what, she got married at 15?
Yeah.
Unless
In
she
my
got- I think
head,
I
she's
think
still
she only got
15.
shot once. You
Yeah.
know,
Damn.
Did she get shot again? No, what you don't know.
Like, where's the building of the brand
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Where's the brand building?
No, I mean, she got married to some dude that's like into cricket. That
that sounds about right. That
Sounds
sounds
like
about right.
every one of my cousins trying to find a guy to marry. That's what they end up with, some guy that is into cricket.
They do end up with some cricket guy.
Yeah.
All these moms are going to start putting that in the biodata.
Well, that's the problem with the
kids.
brown dudes, right? The brown dudes, the brown women.
Right.
They're trying to find somebody that they're going to marry that's a brown guy.
Sure.
They're marrying under always because they're
They
fucking
want a
overachieving.
lot of times like some dumb Salman Khan looking
yeah,
ass.
yeah, that's it. It's like-
Salmani type, right?
Yeah, like you would.
Like-
It's either that or a French white guy, you know?
Right.
Right.
100%. Of course.
Hundo.
And they're both little beta types.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
This guy, can't ever talk back to his wife. Like
Yeah,
Malala's
that's
like
100% true.
Yeah, did you get shot in the face, bitch?
Hundo.
Go wash the dishes.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I'll call him Anya,
Nah,
The power dynamic is insane.
Yep.
Because Malala has no relinquishing. She's unbelievably one of those most
Yeah.
powerful
Yes.
figures.
Nah, she's a G.
She survived and
She is a G. She's a G on the level. She's been shot. She's like
Yeah.
she's at that level.
She's up there.
She could have started a rap career, realistically.
50 Cent featuring
There's a
Malala.
lot of rappers that haven't been shot.
Right,
That
right.
claimed.
That you're gonna tell right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe you get shot because you
I
revealed too much.
actually came close to getting shot.
Holy
Okay.
shit! Hold the phone. Hold the
That's
phone.
what-
All right,
that's
trying to
later
steal
story.
Malala's thunder over here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm a bit of a Malala myself,
Yeah.
really.
Malala did get shot, though.
She did.
She got shot.
She got shot in the
In
In the
face.
face, dude.
In the face.
And she's still super cute.
hanging out. What happened was she got shot in the face and she was like, "Whoop."
By the Taliban?
What? Yeah. Taliban.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
That was
Taliban.
nice.
Pakistan.
And then after she got shot, the Taliban wrote a letter like saying why.
Yeah, they're like,
Like, this was-
listen,
yeah.
look at what she
coming.
was wearing.
Look
Yo,
at you.
Taliban's really... you fucking check them out on Twitter now. Like they're like, oh, this is based. Like they're on Reddit and shit. What the fuck?
is
No, it's like Gen Z Taliban is fucked up.
They
dude.
are. They
They're
totally
like
are.
blurring the fucking lines between what's the norm.
They're so weird, bro.
Yo, Gen Z Taliban is
Dude, NBA YoungBoy, jump on a track with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're fucking
they're like
intense.
every time, like they're fucking throwing the same memes as these MAGA dudes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Totally
fucking
true.
crazy.
It's like the Sean Bean. Where
They-
one does not
yo,
simply accept Judaism.
Yo,
you know?
it's crazy because like post 9/11, all the MAGA dudes are so far away from what you think.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no MAGA dudes, but you know what they
Yeah.
are now.
Right.
So different. Like, oh, stay away, Taliban. Now they fuck with Taliban. MAGA
They
fucks
do.
with Taliban.
It's a weird
'cause
thing.
You finally
Yeah.
fucking think about it. They love trucks, guns,
Trucks, guns, and hate women's rights.
women's rights.
Yeah.
like
And they're
same
both like
shit.
sweaty. They're both like really sweaty.
Yeah,
It's the sweat thing going on.
Yeah,
It's like a
so like
lodge.
they once they realize, wait a minute,
Yeah.
we have so much, we have more in
You
common.
fucked your sister too.
Yeah.
You fucked your
They
sister
found
too.
out they have more
Well,
in
dude.
common. They fuck with them like
Yeah, of
heavy.
course.
They
Dude,
get-
this has been my classic story of growing up in a shitty small town in PA. This is post 9/11. I'm in a bar. Two of my Indian friends were in there to just shoot pool, hang out, drink a beer. And all of a sudden, there's this guy. He's shouting at us from across the bar because there's Bon Jovi playing. He's like, "Who the fuck put on Bon?" He's like, "Hey, Al Qaeda, Al Qaeda. Did you put on the Bon Jovi?" He keeps going. Finally, I'm like, "Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna fuck you up." I was big and aggressive at the time. And all of a sudden, this guy comes over with a pitcher of beer. He's like, "Hey, man." It's like, listen, I was just joking around back there. I really respect how you stood up for yourself. And he's like, hey, anyway, I'm a neo-Nazi. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
dude.
So it's all copacetic,
It's like,
brother.
that's cool, man.
It's all
These
cool, brother.
neo-Nazi dudes are fucking weird.
Yeah, they're
man.
weird.
Like to a point where where's the
Is it,
one
is,
guy-
it just that? They're just weird? Show me?
No. You
That's
know what I
it?
mean? Like
They're
to a
not
point
good
where
hangs.
They're just like some of them like Asians are better than us. That's it.
Yeah, that's true.
That kind of these neo-Nazis. That's what I mean. They're like, yo, we're white. We're
that's
better than
funny.
every race except for Asians.
Except for
They
Asians.
do
Have you
give
seen
the
that
top
sh-
and tip of the hat.
Yeah.
Hey,
but
Black
specifically,
Peter.
not brown Asians,
Yeah.
the Japanese.
Japanese.
My
fuck with
daughter
the Japanese.
ain't going to be marrying a black guy because his name's going to be Chan. All right? That's amazing.
fucking- it's very
That's so
It's
specific.
true.
a whole different type
Very
of
true, and
racism.
It's very specific about
very good
Japan,
observation.
too.
Yeah, they're
Like-
very. They have a.
love
And
it.
they get along with the Japanese in that way because Japanese people are also Japanese supremacists.
Right,
you know?
Oh, the Japanese are very conservative.
They're hyper racist, too.
In fact,
Super conservative.
if a white guy even talks to them, they just commit seppuku. They're like, I'm tainted. My audio.
Yeah, I mean, this is why Japan's kind of having like a weird.
They're always weird, bro.
I can't say that. Right?
What?
What? You can say it. This
can
is
say
Mango
whatever you
Bay.
I
want.
used to love the Japanese. I still do.
I
work-
love the Japanese.
Yeah, but they are very conservative. Like I've had Japanese
Sure.
clients, and they're mad old school.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you look at pop culture now, they don't dominate like they used to. Their influence still dominates.
Yeah.
But because they're so conservative, they haven't really like.
Well, they're
think
old
about
school.
Japanese movies. Like we're watching more South Korean movies. The South
Sure,
Koreans
sure,
have
of
fucking
course.
killed it.
Also,
Well, for a
democracy.
little while, also though, there was a lot of Japanese cinema that was actually stealing from Korean cinema.
Sure.
Like a lot of.
Kurosawa, how you pronounce this?
Kurosawa?
No. Like
it's fucked up. I'm a
no, I'm
director.
talking about like
Fucking pronounce it.
90s, early,
Oh,
early.
90s,
Yeah.
okay.
Not that.
Not that.
Not getting
Kurosawa
back
was
to
a
the
legend, bro.
classics.
OG.
OG legend. I love watching all this shit.
Yeah. But listen, let's be real. Americans fuck with Japanese so much because they mimic our culture so much.
Yeah.
We love
Yeah,
They're good at
Kurosawa.
it. They're good at it.
We love Kurosawa because he
They-
makes films like a Western
Well,
cinema director.
Well, Japanese people one of their talents is not creating new stuff. It's taking old stuff and making it perfect.
Yeah, they
That's
love
kind of their thing.
old Americana vintage
Yes.
shit.
And they make it
They
the
do.
best.
Yeah,
they make
yeah.
the best pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah,
take pizza
yeah,
and they
yeah.
prepare the best pizza in the world.
If
is
you
bread.
go to Japan, all their thrift stores has like the most fire Americana shit.
Sure,
right?
sure.
But it gets too far. Like, oh shit, you got some Dixie flags in this
Yeah, he
bitch?
got a fucking-
Dixie
You got fucking
I put on a very cool American clan robe.
Yeah.
Check out my new
I'm like,
hat. It's just a
what
pointy
the
clan
fuck?
hood.
Yeah, they have no clue this
wears
shit
the
is
hood,
racist.
He wears the hood sideways. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
He's like,
they'll
full
come
on.
to America and take flags next to all these Dixie flags and
Right,
shit.
right.
Like, oh, Americana, right? I'm like, no.
wild.
Because they don't have the
Well,
same.
I guess it's
they don't
Americana,
have the same
but-
Yeah.
trauma with it.
Yeah.
Like Chinese people will go to the Holocaust Museum with the Mickey Mouse ears.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh,
dude.
this is fun.
Well,
They don't
look
have
at the
the
same
same-
time, we're over here like samurais rule when like this is like a feudal class
Right,
of lords
right,
who are like
The
not nice
Japanese,
people.
from what I'm
right.
gathering, don't give a fuck about appropriation.
No.
They're actually cool with it.
No,
No.
yeah.
Hey,
they're fine
Indians
with
too.
it.
I don't think Indians give a fuck
Indians
about
don't
it.
really
Well,
give that
they-
much of a fuck.
Indians
Right.
loved when Gwen Stefani was wearing that shari. Now we're coming. Look, all the Indians I grew up with,
Yeah.
when they were fucking young, were super not woke.
Right.
And,
Of course,
and
of course.
rich.
Of course.
Yep.
Not Indian, brown folks in
Sure,
general.
sure, you got it.
The ones that I knew, super rich,
Yeah.
all they had were white friends.
100%.
And now they're on Twitter super woke. I'm like, yo, you got fucking
Have you
brown.
heard the podcast?
Yeah.
This is exactly
Well,
what
like
we're talking about. I love it.
our
I
moms
have.
and shit though, or
Yeah.
well, like when they see like a Gwen Stefani with a bindi, they're giving exposure to our
love that
culture.
shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's their daughters that are like, wait, because you're scared that you have no identity.
Yeah. And like I said, man, like, yo, that's the most activism you can do. Is
Yeah.
talk about fucking
White.
Get the
I know.
fuck
Get
outta
the
here.
fuck outta here.
Get
So
the
today-
fuck out of
the
here.
We're jumping to the
Fuck outta here. I hate
topic
that shit.
actually with Shomi. Shomi, fucking, first of all, OG, you've been fucking doing producing and directing.
Yeah, for since 2003 too, I've been
Yeah.
directing. Well,
Hip hop.
okay, that's fucked
Right.
up. That's a lie. I was directing skate videos.
Right.
It got serious in 2006.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I got with the clips. I came up under Pharrell. Like
Right.
it was crazy because
That's what we when I hit you up is because you literally were the only brown guy in black space.
black space.
from the beginning. Dude.
It's difficult
there
for
was
anybody.
nobody like us at the time because even like honestly, yes.
And you were brown.
Yeah, I'm a brown dude.
You're not a dude like call me S Dog. You know, you're Shomi.
You're Shomi
Oh,
Patwary.
I was still a fucking nerd in front of them. I wasn't
Right, that's what
like
I'm saying.
when I was hanging out with Pusha T, I wasn't trying to be like ugh, like acting
Yeah.
like them.
It's because
like,
you call him Pusha T. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's already
No,
hilarious.
I call him Terrence. Yeah, I call him Terrence.
Yeah, of course. It would be weird to call a rapper by his rap
Well,
name.
sometimes I do. Sometimes I do call him by
Mr.
that.
Clips?
You know, with them, it always switches for me with
Right.
Pusha. It's like I always switch. Sometimes I call him Pusha depending on how I'm feeling. I don't know. But
Can you imagine calling Tyler the Creator? Hi, Odd Future, Fuck Wolf
Right,
Gang.
right,
How you guys
right.
doing? What?
Yeah. Well, that becomes a thing all the time for me on set. I have to rehearse what the fuck am I going to call
Right.
Offset.
Wow.
What the fuck am I gonna call?
Fascinating.
Do I go by their real name? You know, like with Drake, I used to call him Aubrey.
Were you always accepted? Was it always like, oh, this guy's
I was
authentic, this
yes.
guy's in?
So I was accepted because I was myself, but I was the brown dude that grew up in the hood.
Sure. Where'd you grow up?
But I wasn't trying to be like, well, yes, you did have identity issues, right? Because my story is this: I came to America in 1990. Soon as we landed, you know, I watched all these TV shows, Family Ties, and all this shit. And
Yeah.
you have like all these ideas of what America is.
Sure.
And it exceeded my expectation because my uncle that sponsored us was a radiologist,
Right.
20 years in the making.
Sure.
Yeah.
Went to his house, fucking jumping up and down to Billy Joel's. We don't, we didn't start the fire. I'm like, America's amazing. Here's a Reese's cup. Like, this is fucking amazing.
college
They got
kid.
Duck Hunt. Like,
Duck Hunt was the shit.
Duck Hunt was a shit. It was
course,
amazing to me
of
because
course.
I like just a year ago we were in Bangladesh.
Actually
we were
hunting
behind.
ducks.
No, we had Atari.
Yeah.
The shit was like 4-bit.
Yeah.
So you upgraded to 8-bit like as soon as you took that flight.
Yeah.
Holy shit, America's everything you fucking
100%.
think. And then my dad, who was a banker, could not get a fucking job. So
Right.
my uncle was like, hey, maybe you should try New York. You know, because
Right.
here, like with the accent, we're in Virginia. You're not gonna have that many opportunities. Oh my God, New York of the fucking 90s.
Oh, yeah.
We stayed there for
shit.
a fucking year.
What part of New York?
Actually, close to here, which was a
That's
fucking-
wild.
Yo,
That's high.
This
That's
shit looked like what's
Biggie.
that fucking movie where dude kills everybody going around? White dude, that action. Charles Bronson.
Schindler's
right.
List?
Death
okay.
Wish.
Death Wish.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie was crazy.
Yo, it was realistic. if you're in New York then.
Yeah.
All right.
That shit was fucked up. So my dad went from being a banker to fucking selling candy.
Oh my
At
God.
the candy
Classic.
store.
Right.
You know, I'm not even gonna go through the typical immigrant story. We had the typical immigrant story,
Yeah.
but New York was fucking rough. It was the weather too, right? Like
Yeah.
you came from Bangladesh,
Right.
you experienced Virginia for like a month, 6 months. My uncle was super nice. So then my uncle came to visit, and he's like, "Oh shit, you guys are living
Like in hell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try this again one more time." And my uncle was gracious enough, and his kids were amazing. Like the thing is, like I grew up with cousins that were like pretty well off, but they never fucking flaunted
Yeah,
how rich
sure.
they were. Something about them, super humble dudes. You know, I'm not even just saying that because we're on camera. I was lucky in that they never made me feel like I was poor.
That's
but we
right,
were
sure.
poor.
Hell yeah.
We didn't have my dad was
And
making
Bengalis
food.
love doing the demarcation stuff with the class.
Yeah,
A lot
dude.
of times.
Like, so when growing up, my shit was all fucked up because I grew up at the time. I didn't even realize I was growing up in the hood. That's the other thing because I was like, I went from New York to fucking having a townhouse. It was a huge upgrade, not
Right.
realizing until Dawson's Creek came out. I'm fucking, we're fucking
all
poor.
of this guy's mental epiphanies happens through TV shows.
TV shows.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
amazing.
I didn't want to know if I wanted to get
compare-
married, and then I saw the OC, and I
Yeah.
realized,
Dude, no, everything was based on TV show shit.
Yeah.
Like, you compare your life to how shit is in
You're like,
TV.
is God real?
That's
Then I
just
saw
how-
Pokemon, and then
And it's like, oh. No, so like, yo, I didn't know I was grew up in the hood. My cousins never told me you grew up in the hood.
Right,
Yeah.
I just knew, obviously, my cousin, they had a fucking 3-story home
Right.
with like a fucking deck and next to
Carpeted
water.
indoors and
Yeah,
all that,
Shit was
yeah.
nice. But I was grateful for what I had and never knew I was growing up like. And my parents, I knew they were working hard though. I knew they were like doing 2 jobs. My mom worked the odd job, and my dad worked his way up eventually.
From candy to
candy store
bottled water.
CPA eventually, and then shit got better. But my dad was so fucking cheap. Even when he was making 6 figures, we were still fucking living in that townhouse.
to teach you,
And
yeah.
my dad was still delivering pizzas on the side.
Come on, bro. The real shit right
Amazing,
there,
dude.
baby.
That's the realness.
shit
So
right
my
there.
dad saved, and all of a sudden we were in the middle of the fucking upper class neighborhood. And it was the ultimate shock for me.
Mic drop.
Where is
bitch.
this now?
So now, so by the time I became 18, so my parents did not move out the hood till I was 18.
You need to
and I have
enjoy
a
any
younger
of it.
brother, Tash,
Right.
who,
Tash's little brother?
yeah, that's my little brother.
What the fuck?
You got to get him on the podcast.
Tash Money?
Yes, that's my brother.
Okay, I'll tell you about this
I've
guy.
heard about
This
this
guy's
guy.
amazing. He's the only one who can pull off the straight cut on the hair.
Yes. Everybody
Bro.
calls him the Nav.
That's your brother.
That's my brother. Yes,
I love
we're
this.
complete
Anyway,
opposite.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So see the thing about it, and
I love it.
you'll
I love
learn
it.
a lot about him because of this. So, all our friends growing up were just, a majority black.
Yeah.
They didn't even know what our race was, really.
Right.
Like, some, they were like, maybe you're Asian. They didn't know that. They were just like, you're one of us.
Right.
So the black kids accepted me
Because you were in the same place. You grew up
we
in
were
the
in the
same
same place, same class.
Right.
Their parents had odd jobs. My parents had odd
Class
jobs.
transcends the race.
That's the
you know,
thing.
always.
The class
Always.
transcended the race. So even the few white kids we grew up with, same shit. We didn't really look at it like that.
Dirty.
We were just like, yo, that's white boy John. That's
Yeah,
what we
yeah,
called him
yeah.
white boy John, but
Yeah.
white boy John was as poor as us.
Yeah.
And we were listening to fucking Cypress Hill and
Hell
Wu-Tang
yeah.
growing up. Well, we all listened to the same shit. So it's just like, I don't know. I looked at it differently, right? And then by the time I got out of the hood, I was already 18. I was going to college.
Yeah.
Where do you go to college?
I went to ODU.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, fucking had no choice. I couldn't tell my parents I want to be a film director. Like,
Right.
what the fuck is that?
I think being in a poor area or working class area, a lot of that lofty bullshit goes away.
Yeah.
I think most black people or most minorities who grew up in a poor place
Yeah.
would sniff out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy's fucking trash, corny.
Right, right.
Like, you weren't corny.
So that's the other
There's
thing.
nerdy and there's corny. Corny is the.
I was
yeah.
18.
Yeah.
And so when I started meeting my peers in the music world, slowly, I was still myself. Like, even growing up in the hood, I was still a fucking nerd that watched anime and
Yeah,
was
yeah,
a nerdy
yeah.
guy that was,
The more you
I was
realize-
also the only dude in the hood that had like the Pentium processor because my dad prioritized that over the Jordans.
Yeah.
Because my dad was like, I'm getting you the best fucking computer. I didn't tell him it's because I want to play video games on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I said, Dad, this 95 in card is not working anymore. Can you upgrade my shit? But then I was using that eventually to like burn CDs and sell
Yeah.
bootleg mixtapes.
But also, you also realize that like it wasn't just the nerds that were watching anime.
Yeah.
All the thugs were watching
that's
anime.
the thing,
Yeah.
yo. That's the thing people don't realize.
Yo, let's do a drive-by
Dude.
spirit bombing. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Like they
that's
know.
the thing people don't realize. All the black kids I grew up with were all fucking nerds too.
Yeah.
In
It's
fact,
like,
DBZ
yo.
might have contributed to more deaths. You know what I'm saying? More gang-related violence.
Yeah, then
For people wanting to go Super Saiyan.
gangster rap. No, seriously, dude. Like, it was a crazy time, man. I grew up in a very, very wild thing, and my parents, they had their moments where they would say racist shit, not
course.
realizing it was racist. They weren't
You
racist.
had a lot of black friends. You're bringing them into your house.
Yeah, and my parents were like, oh, cool, whatever, And it was to a point where and I'm saying some fucked up shit. I had a friend, his mom would go on a binge using crack, and my parents were like, yo, he could stay over the weekend, yo.
Yeah.
I really grew up in some fucked up shit.
Sure,
Right.
So when I watched, Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, that was reality shit for me. But at the same time, on the weekends, I'm going to these Bengali functions.
Right.
Right.
Completely different life.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
Totally
lived a double
different.
life too because I also could identify because we would have our Eid at the country club, and I'm the only fucking kid that's like, pulling
right.
up in a fucking
That's
Wu-Tang
amazing.
t-shirt. or
Yeah,
You're
something.
praying to like a horse statue, in the front. It's weird. Yo, country club is weird.
Country club is mad weird.
Weird.
You nailed it. It was a
Yeah.
moose. The fucking moose, and we're all praying.
Bitch.
Yo,
You're
so
praying
like-
to a moose.
So look, my upbringing was fucking maybe a lot of some brown kids did have that upbringing, especially brown kids I knew.
Here's the thing, bro. In New York, though, bro, there's
Yeah.
two types of brown dudes, right?
Yeah.
There's the ones that live authentically, and then there's the
Yep.
fucking dudes who are like
Yeah.
N-word more than black people say.
Right.
Yeah,
And those people, I can't fuck with.
yeah.
Because-
Who grew up in like Virginia or whatever,
Right.
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
yeah.
But you see what I'm
Well,
saying?
this is the thing, right? So growing up in Virginia, again, we all listened to hip hop. We all said the N-word because our black friends said the N-word,
Right.
and they never stopped us.
Right.
It wasn't until much, much later I'm like, whoa, when you start like doing the research on the origins of this shit, this is not cool.
Yeah.
You know? And it wasn't my black friends that stopped me from
Right.
saying, like, you shouldn't say that. It was actually just me.
OG shit.
Yeah.
Me
When
saying,
you realize white people invented the
yeah.
word.
When you start doing the history, I'm like, oh, fuck. Just because these rappers are saying it and I grew up in the hood, I am not fucking black. I've never had the same black experience because one thing people don't talk about is the brown fucking privilege.
Right.
So I got treated. I even had the brown privilege amongst my, black peers as far as musicians go.
Right.
Because even them, they were like, "Oh, he's a nerdy fucking brown dude."
Put him on the deck. Put him on the
Yeah,
audio.
well,
deck.
no, it's like he's gonna be fucking like able
gonna
to
work
get all
hard
this-
and do all this and that and the
exactly.
other,
So
yeah.
we have brown privilege that nobody talks about.
Sure,
All the
sure.
model
The brown
minority
privilege
stuff.
Sure.
in this era might be even stronger than white privilege. I know that's a fucked up thing to say. I say this because the white guy is giving you that privilege.
No, I agree.
The fucking black guy's giving the privilege.
Show me.
You're getting privilege in every fucking aspect.
totally
Show
true.
me keep saying something's gonna be fucked up, and this is a very normal thing.
Yeah.
That's very smart.
Bro.
Guys, I might be over some of my bounds.
Yeah.
But money talks.
The brown privilege did help getting in the game, right? Because one, I was brown, so I was cool enough to hang out with,
Right.
like all my black friends and friends I made in the industry. Because, and I wasn't like trying to be extra hard. Now, in the 2000s, everybody got into streetwear and shit, so we all kind of like dressed like skaters / whatever.
Right.
In Virginia Beach, we were early on it, so that's not the thing.
Well,
now.
I know there was a time when people were doing the white shirt, denim, and then the red bandana in the
Right.
butt pocket.
Yeah, yeah.
Very-
You have a phase like
What
that?
is
Yeah,
what
no.
is up with Virginia Beach?
So
'Cause
Virginia Beach, when you grow up, so this is the thing, right? A Virginia Beach person is going to
Pharrell,
be
the Clips,
Yeah,
it's
so,
like weird.
so Pharrell and those guys grew up skating, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Pharrell grew up in the suburbs too, but Pharrell had a similar background. He grew up in the hood first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His mom was my 6th grade teacher, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Yes, dude. So in 6th grade, she's like, my son did Rump Shaker, Rex and Effects. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. We did not believe her till I watched MTV Diaries 20 years later. Like, oh shit, that's Miss Williams. My
What?
fucking teacher, she wasn't lying. And I got to tell that to Pharrell later on. Like, yo, your mom used to tell us all this shit about you. We did not believe
Shit.
her. And then we all laughed about it. But yeah,
That's
dude.
amazing.
But here's the other thing. His mom was super fucking cool. I was not that good in school. I don't know if she gave me these grades, gave me the curve or something like that.
Maybe it was brown privilege. She was like,
Well,
he's
no,
brown. I might be
no,
wrong here.
On some
I'm gonna
other
give him
shit,
an A.
no, on some other shit, she was like, hey, this is Shomi. He's from Bangladesh. She's gonna tell us. She gave me like a spotlight to talk about my country and everything.
That's cool as fuck.
And she was a core teacher, so she was teaching history, math, everything. So this was 6th grade, and so, dude, first time I ever got honor roll was because of Miss Williams. And
That's
then my
amazing.
dad-
That's amazing.
and then it gave me the confidence, because I had to okay, so growing up in the hood, like, you did have to figure out how you're gonna survive a little bit.
Right.
And so the school shit wasn't like my other brown peers that were like growing up in the nice shit.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
look, you got other shit. Like, you're like, oh fuck, my kicks better be fresh.
Yeah.
That's like a priority.
That's how you get through school.
Yeah,
Those
you
are the
get through
grades
school
you're
that
worried
shit,
about.
Because I went to so like middle school, I went to a school that was like pretty fucking diverse. High school is majority black, but still pretty diverse. So Virginia Beach is unique because it is a melting pot. And it is, okay, so Virginia Beach is weird because the suburbs aren't segregated.
Right.
You've got a lot of
That's
black
unique.
folks,
It's unique as
a
fuck.
lot of
Very
Indian folks, a lot of Asian folks. So when they think Virginia, they're thinking the South. It's like all white. No, Virginia Beach is probably as diverse as New York, but not segregated.
Right.
So when you're growing up in the suburbs, because eventually I moved to the suburbs, when you grow up in the suburbs, you have just a lot of black kids also with like well-off parents, got a lot of Asian kids, Puerto Rican kids, because the economy is pretty fucking stable.
Right.
Right? Because you have the military there.
Yeah, okay.
So it's caused an eventual brain drain in the area because the military culture caused so much stability. It's caused a brain drain. Pharrell talked about it recently, but it also caused us to have a unique perspective. So that's why we weren't looked at different because
Right.
Pharrell could wear the Vans.
Yeah.
See, growing up,
He came in with such a unique energy that he just blasted the industry
well,
so quick.
Pharrell changed up fashion forever.
Dude,
Yeah.
Pharrell
because
changed
before
so much,
that,
dude.
everybody else
Visionary, bro.
Pharrell grew up.
I love Pharrell.
dressed like all the other skate kids growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Virginia, it wasn't weird to see black kids wearing Vans and
Yeah.
wearing.
That's what I'm saying.
skater
There
shit,
was an
'cause
alternative.
They were alternative black kids was the norm too. You
Yeah,
had
yeah.
a lot of black kids that had Vans with signatures on them and shit like that. It wasn't that different. Not to say like you didn't stand out, you stood up, but it wasn't that crazy. And
Well,
they were
wait-
the pioneers in that sort of fashion. Black kids
right.
skating fashion was like a thing in Virginia Beach.
Right.
And then when he got the limelight, shit spread everywhere to New York.
Yep.
You know?
when you are in a hub of culture, like say New York,
Yeah.
there's gonna be less ability to like go off on your own.
Yeah.
You know, this is it. Wear
Yeah.
Tim's, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
When you're in the outskirts suburbs,
You can be much
Yeah.
be
freakier.
weirder and freakier.
I mean, they called them weirdos. You know, when Pharrell and them and the rest of the industry called them weirdos, like, oh, they dress
Yeah.
like weirdos.
Yeah.
You know, so like, it's funny, and it's a place where Timbaland went to my high school.
Yeah, back then
God,
Vans.
that's right. Timbaland.
So
I mean,
we got
dude,
Missy, Timbaland, Allen Iverson, everybody. I mean, I don't want to say Chris Brown because he's a fool.
But
he was
He's
there.
from Virginia.
Yeah.
That's where he learned. That's
I
where he
went to a
learned.
talent show Chris Brown did when he was fucking 15 doing jumping jacks and backflips and shit. It was
Holy
crazy.
shit.
Okay.
Trey Songz is from our area. So I linked Trey, like I linked with Trey early. Like, so Virginia Beach is this place because you don't have an industry, kids are bored. But instead of doing meth like West Virginia, they fucking make music.
Right.
And then they find meth later on in their life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
later
That
on.
comes in.
But
it's good meth.
Yeah, it's the good shit. But no, so
In
like,
Virginia, they take Adderall.
but Virginia's also a drug like area because of the ports.
Like a crossroads. Yeah, it's a
The ports.
crossroads.
So
Yeah.
that's why when the Clips raps about that shit, it's
Yeah.
real. It ain't shit to do but cook.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So when you came to New York, right? You're starting up, 18 years old, right?
No, when I came to New York, so look, I'll tell you straight up and briefly. I was in New York only for a year when I was 8. Grew up the rest of my life in Virginia till I was 28.
This is refreshing.
I left and Virginia out of my nest. Went to New York when I was 29. Actually, yeah, 29. But I was married by
Very,
then.
very fresh because most people who spent 2 days in New York, like I was born in a pizza oven, you know?
Yeah.
You pretty much really.
You were married by then.
I was married by the time I came back to New York. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. And my wife was like, yo, we got to get the fuck out of Virginia.
That's amazing.
We were
Ain't
married
shit
for a
to do
year.
but cook, man.
Yeah,
What the
no,
fuck?
seriously.
That's
So
amazing.
we were married, and it's just like Virginia's boring, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Well, also by the time we got married and we were in Virginia, Virginia lost a lot of fucking shit. Like, it has a brain drain. People make it and leave. People make
Right,
it and leave.
right.
There's nothing to keep them there. Is the thing. It's a great place to be creative in the beginning because you're away. It's an easy place to raise your kids.
Right.
Right.
Suburb.
Yeah, and Virginia Beach is not the most dangerous. Norfolk is. Norfolk is a hood as fuck.
Some racist Indian uncle. Even the black kids wear Vans here. It's gonna be
Yeah,
fine. You know what I'm
like
saying?
there's mad Indians in fucking Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
All my, I have 2 groups of cousins: the intellectuals and the ones that open gas stations.
Right.
But the ones that open gas stations are millionaires now.
Yeah, exactly.
money, though.
Yeah, they're the ones that ended. So the ones that were all scammers and getting into trouble all ended up owning gas stations.
course.
And they're all from New York, by the way. I have all the cousins that were all scamming and shit. The insurance scams, all of them. My dad was like, they call them the number 2. Don't talk to the number 2 cousins.
That's fucking so
And then
Bengali.
they would come over. Don't let them use the fax machine. That's what my dad would always tell me.
fax
Why, Dad?
machine.
Why can't they use the fax machine? I don't know what they're doing.
It's a 2021 joke. They're doing it 2 weeks ago.
Yo, the scam shit was real with my half my cousins.
Use the fax machine.
My dad was like, don't let them use the fax machine. They're from New York. They don't let them use the fax machine. That was the fucking thing. I never got it.
Bengali
That's
gangsters.
incredible.
Bengali gangsters.
So so half my
Only
cousins.
an Indian can figure out a way to scam somebody with a fax machine.
dude.
I took some of that scam energy, learned Photoshop, right?
Nice.
But it was to I started fucking faking report cards. For kids.
Right.
I did my own scamming.
Hell yeah.
But that was
When you started getting into the studio, right? Was there a time when you were like, because again, Brown wasn't really even known as an entity.
dude, I was
right?
the only.
So was there a time, because you got up on the basis of your skill. You were in because
Yeah.
of your skill.
Yeah,
was there a time when your skill was not the fucking forefront and what you looked like
Yes.
became the issue and you're like, fuck, what happened?
So this is what happened, right? I think that's now actually, but no. So
getting older.
Yeah, as I got older, I got washed.
It's ageist more than racist.
Yeah, that's because now it's like he's not cool no more. But like the thing is, when I was 18, I couldn't tell my parents I wanted to make music. I was making beats. They're like, oh, they're just a hobby. They're having fun. It's innocent, whatever. Slowly Pusha T would come over. All these guys would come over. My dad's like, what the fuck are these guys coming over in Benzes and shit? Are they drug dealers?
That's amazing.
No, Dad, they fucking won Grammys and shit. Like Chad is
For drug dealing? What's going on?
because they were driving Benzes because by the time I got to know the Clips, they already made it, right? They were already out of the streets, they made it. But I had a lot of other friends that were still in the streets making rap music, so it was all blended in.
Sure.
Some cats that were in the streets were coming over,
Yeah.
and it was blended in with the Pusha T's and stuff that already made it. So it was a very unique experience. But by that time, I was already living in the suburbs, so they were like, all my neighbors like, what the fuck are these rappers doing here, right? So growing up, I was already kind of a computer dude, but I learned how to. Okay, I excelled at the internet because I wanted to know how to get the bootleg records.
Sure,
Of course.
So I was like, fuck, man.
Napster.
Yeah.
I was just being a cheap motherfucker. I didn't want to buy all
sure,
these Mob
sure.
Deep CDs and shit.
Yeah.
So I just like figured out how to rip audio early. Like
Done,
before
done.
music exists, I would go to Real Audio.
Right.
If you guys remember that shit. I learned how to
Pre-Napster.
rip that shit. Yeah.
Jesus
So so the other thing is, I was the only kid in the hood that had the songs early.
Right.
So
This is wild.
I was able to
This is
have
wild.
the mixtapes before anybody else. I would have all the DJ Clue shit early because I was able to burn these
That's
CDs.
so cool.
Yeah, so like
You provided value.
I provided value.
You provided genuine
And
value.
all the other kids in the hood,
Yeah.
I would distribute the CDs and say, here's 50 mixtapes, go sell this shit for me.
Wow.
That's how
Wow.
I fucking, so it was that and designing mixtape covers. So I came up and designing, so
cool.
this was a side hustle. My parents have no clue that I'm using their CD burner.
mogul.
Yeah. Yeah. To become a
Fucking
mogul.
I bootleg the fuck
To
out.
become
I
the
don't know if I
Suge
can
Knight
get in
of
trouble
Virginia
now.
Beach.
I bootleg the shit out of Get Rich or Die Trying. And that's how I actually end up paying for my first office.
That's amazing.
So my parents are thinking he's going to school for computer science. They don't, they're like, you're going to school for computer science, nothing else.
Right.
My cousin, his parents were a little more liberal. They let him go to Drexel for film. They were like, you're going to school for computer science. But while I was going to school for computer science, they gave you this account, a free FTP account to host shit. So I had free hosting.
Oh.
And I
What
was
does that mean?
hosting
What
the
does that
Clips' website.
What do you mean posting? Like domain
Hosting,
website?
domain
Oh,
hosting for free.
right.
So the thing is, I had the advantage. This is shit I've never told anybody.
Whoa.
So
Mango exclusive.
So look. The Clips, all the fucking hip hop shit I was hosting because ODU had a supercomputer. So all the exclusives were hosted. DJ Drama's mixtape website, I hosted. When the fucking drought came
the
out.
beginning.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
I did DJ Drama's first website.
Wow.
You're like
I hosted that
Yahoo.com?
shit.
Your
Well,
boy.
the thing is, I wasn't charging anybody for hosting. So, like, honestly, I didn't care about. Okay, so by the time I was 18, I was still I got out of the hood. I was living comfortably. Brown privilege. So brown privilege didn't kick in until I was 18 for me. So brown privilege
Right.
kicked in to a point where the brown privilege was you can stay at your parents aren't charging you rent. You're 18. They're not charging you rent. Just go to school.
Yeah.
And don't have sex. That's it. You do that, you can kill somebody.
Yeah.
Sure.
But don't fuck the corpse.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Exactly. So like, don't have girlfriends. You can listen to your hip hop, do whatever. Don't tell us if you're like selling drugs.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're making your money on the side.
They didn't realize that hip hop was how to get chicks.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
in the
right?
lyrics.
That's actually what you want to do to impress, right? So I'm in school, hustling like DVDs, mixtape covers, all this shit. Now I'm designing mixtape covers, and I didn't get into the phase of really filming yet. But I had my dad bought a Fuji for we're going to Bangladesh. We're going to use this Fuji to take photos.
Right.
I took that Fuji and did the first mixtape cover for We Got It For Cheap for the Clips.
That's amazing.
Took that Fuji camera.
That's amazing,
Took
dude.
a photo of a girl.
Yeah.
Fucking took her top off.
What?
First time ever seeing somebody naked.
And you're just like,
I'm like, ah!
okay,
And
let's
Pusha T
get
was laughing like, oh, this is your first time seeing some naked girl, huh? Because I know how your
the
parents
album
are.
cover is super
I'm
blurry.
doing all like, I gotta pray like 10 times a day now. What the fuck? I can't tell my parents. Oh, so my parents, I have to I'm like, oh, my dad, if he ever finds out I got this hard drive full of naked girls that are topless, and I'm like,
He's gonna
photoshopping
steal it for himself.
for her chest.
Yeah.
They're thinking, what the fuck? So I'm living this double life of like going to strip clubs and hip hop, crazy shit. In college.
I love it.
That's
I love
I'm
it.
amazing.
getting all access. I'm the only brown dude in the fucking
Because
club.
you give
Yeah.
them covers.
So that's the other thing I was standing out. Like,
Right.
they were like, who the fuck is this brown kid?
fascinating.
He's
In
got
the
to be
fucking
power.
VIP.
You must have been feared or something, because
Oh,
if
they
you're
were
in there,
like, this guy's
he's like,
somebody.
Who is that? Who
he's
the
a
fuck
fucking
is that?
Don, because
Yeah.
there's no way he looks like this, and he's in the fucking club
Yeah.
with the Clips. getting all
Meanwhile, if your
access.
parents knew, they'd come in with your ear and be like, get the fuck
Drag you
over.
up by the
Get
ear.
out.
So I was telling my parents we're gonna go study for exams. So I'm gonna stay over at my best friend Philip's house. No, we were taking trips to New York, or we were taking trips to
course.
different states to fucking film shit.
Wow.
With the artists.
How'd you learn the film stuff?
So I learned the film stuff because it first came because Fast and Furious era, everybody was into cars.
Right.
Right.
So in Virginia Beach, it was huge on the
Yeah.
import scene.
Yeah.
I got fucked up because I had a fucking Mazda Protege, and all my other friends that are Filipinos had the Celicas and Integras. I had a Mazda Protege.
Dude, we don't even know what you're joking about, but it's hilarious. All these fucking
Well, Mazda Protege is like the most
He's inventing
lamest.
new stereotypes, very special stereotypes. These Filipinos with their Celicas.
And he said it like we would know.
Yeah.
Well,
They're like,
I
guys,
can say
really?
that shit. Yeah, I can say
Integras,
that.
are you kidding me?
I love it.
Half the time they
Hilarious.
thought I was Filipino because I'm the Bengali that's more on the Asian looking side.
Yeah.
So,
My mom too.
Yeah, I seen your mom. She was
Yeah.
Filipino.
I've seen your mom.
on the IG.
At the strip club I was talking about.
On the IG. And so like I'm like, oh, she's probably like on the border of Burma, like my wife.
Yeah.
You know, like Burmese, part Burmese. You don't know.
Rohingya.
Yeah,
Right.
they call them Chakmai.
Chakma, yeah, people.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Asian
Chakma
lookers.
people. So like, Bangladeshis are very diverse.
Yeah.
You know, like skin to eyes.
Hugely beautiful.
So yeah, we're very diverse. So anyways, half the time growing up, people
amazing.
thought I was Filipino. The other half, they thought I was mixed. You know?
So again, you're not even. The thing is, it's interesting. Is like you're not even based on your identity. They're just seeing that and being like, oh, by the way, he does amazing covers and he does.
Yeah, exactly.
Your skill is so at the forefront.
And I had to go hard though. So I had to get on the forums to learn Photoshop, all that, because I was like, fuck, if I graduate in 4 years and I have to do fucking computer programming for a living, I'm gonna kill myself.
Right.
So by the time I was in college, the Clips is a client.
Yeah.
And over those years, I'm designing mixtape covers. Through the Clips, I met everybody else. So now I'm doing like mixtape covers for like DJ Drama. Well, I was
What else
doing
are you doing
websites
for
DJ
clips?
Drama,
What else are you doing? You're doing just mixtape covers? What else are you doing? Are you
websites. And I'm
Website?
filming behind the scenes.
Right.
That's triple. That's three.
So I'm filming behind the scenes just so I could put it on the website.
Right.
And so
This
now
is a early aughts website. We're
Dude, this
talking
is
like
before YouTube.
Super slow.
I had to host the videos on my ODU account, my school account. So that's the thing. I had that advantage because nobody knew how to take a video, upload this shit. So to everybody else, I was next level. And then I had an admin. So the Star Trek is Pharrell's label. They had a forum, right? An exclusive forum that Drake would go on, MIA, Diplo, everybody. So I was meeting all them on that forum. I know this sounds crazy.
This is wild.
Tyler, the creator, everybody would go to the Neptunes, the Clips, the Pharrell's forum. I can't just say Pharrell. Chad Hugo also.
Of course.
Filipino brother.
Not
Also part of the
third guy.
Neptunes.
Third guy was just doing nothing.
Hey, don't say that. I just got off a call with him. Shay was doing a
He
lot.
wasn't doing shit.
Shay was doing cool shit.
He was like, a couple of times.
No. Shay was kind of like the creative and the like figuring out like the logo and shit like that.
Okay.
So a lot of
and
people
getting
don't-
the coffee and the.
Hey, don't say that. I'm literally on the text message. I'm gonna lose this NERD account from this goddamn podcast. Because I literally got off the phone with Shay.
I'm a huge Neptunes fan. I'm a huge
I know.
NERD.
Yeah, huge.
No, Shay
Huge
does get that
NERD
rap.
fan.
Shay does shit, but he does get that rap. Nah, Shay's cool. Actually, Shay was one of the first. I actually met Shay before I met Pharrell.
Okay.
So when I was doing mixtape covers and shit like that, I had a manager that managed me because I was trying to push beats. He's like, and my manager was Magoo from Timbaland Magoo.
Oh shit!
Yes. So we. sounds like you
That sounds like that. Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
This is insane, dude.
yeah. So, because we're from Virginia, so
Yeah.
I was interning for a studio while I was working with Star Trek. I was interning for a studio, and everybody would come by that studio. So you had the guys from Blackstreet. You had like all these fucking Virginia legends.
Shit.
By the way, Teddy Riley's in Virginia too.
Okay.
You see, it's a
The
perfect,
hub of like
it's your hustle plus the time period. You were like
time period is
perfectly
perfect because
like locked
if
in
you were listening to Top 40
Yeah.
radio, 40 of those records were from the Neptunes and Timbaland.
in that
Yeah,
time
dude.
period.
So for me to be in that camp, it was a fucking.
That's wild.
It was luck. Okay.
What if you
Hard
had a
work
good New
plus
York
luck.
life? Like, what if your New York life was good, then you stayed there, you didn't have all the
Oh, I would not be
exposure?
here if I was in New York.
Whoa!
No, I only made it because I was in Virginia,
your
and
uncle.
Virginia was killing it.
Uncle
It's
vibe.
amazing.
dude.
It's amazing. If you can
So-
make it in Virginia, you can make it anywhere. Like, what the fuck is what?
What happened there?
So like, if you're in fucking Atlanta or anywhere, you can make it if you just got to tap into the local scene. By the way, a lot of those guys were local at the time.
Tap
too.
in,
The
tap,
Clips were
tap,
just
tap
starting
in.
out, you know.
Yeah.
So I
You
tapped
believe
into the local.
it was like it was a heavy belief, bro.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
no one was saying Virginia.
No,
That's where,
dude.
So y'all had the
We
fucking
had to
just
rep that shit hard.
power in the
Yeah.
soul.
Yeah. But you know,
Wow,
it was taking
wow,
a
wow.
risk. But with the drive for me was like, if I don't fucking make it in entertainment, I'm gonna have to fucking get a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And no diss to 9 to 5s. 9 to 5 doing programming, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So as soon as I graduated, during that graduation dinner shit, I had to talk with my dad. Like, Dad, I didn't tell you this, but I saved up a lot of money.
Yeah.
I want to get this office with my best friend, who also, he was Chinese, Philip Lee. So, and Philip was similar to, grew up just like me, kind of in the hood, a little bit more higher up in the hood, but he grew up, his best friends were black that like all listened to like the same shit we did, and his best friends were friends with the Clips too.
Okay,
So
yeah.
like we were all connected. So anyways, me and Philip, we both went just as hard because his dad was Chinese and did not understand any of this hip hop shit that he was doing. They thought it was a hobby. So both of us like, dude, we made a pact in college. We took the same classes and we were just like, yo, we have to fucking make it. Like,
Yeah,
or
powerful.
else. So my dad's like, I'm giving you 6 months.
That's nice.
6 months, This studio shit, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what this is. I'm like, Dad, it's like a multimedia company. We got these clients. There's this guy, Pharrell.
Yeah, to explain this.
Pharrell.
I'm trying to tell my parents
named
who
Pharrell.
Pharrell is. He doesn't care. He didn't care at the time. He's like, I don't know
They
what
have
that
the
is.
Neptunes. I'll send you to Neptune.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't fucking make this
Exactly.
work. Yeah.
Exactly. If you don't make this fucking money. That's all my dad cared about. It's like, is it making you money?
Yeah.
Of course.
So I get this office, me and my best friend and another dude named Curtis. We get this office. We put up our money. Me and my best friend, we saved up our website, hustle money, mixtape money, all that shit we saved up. I'm like, dude, we got 6 months to fucking show them we can make.
What was the
some
first
living.
break? What was the first break?
First break in that period was when Pharrell needed a website for Pepsi. It was a Bathing Ape, BBC ice cream collab with
Yeah.
a Pepsi can, right? And I think they must have forgotten Shay, my homie Shay.
Yeah.
Bailed me out. Shay came to me. Shay came to me. Was
lot
like,
of
yo,
free time to bail people out. You know
Well,
what I'm
see, now Shay is almost like a manager too. So Shay kind of manages all the shit that they don't have time to do too. So Shay was like, yo, P and them when they signed the contract, they didn't realize we were supposed to offer a website.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. We'll get the website done. Now, here's the thing. I was never a good businessman. That's my wife. I was never a good businessman.
We're not either. We're some of the worst.
We're not good
businessmen.
with the business
Yeah.
shit. I was hustling. It wasn't for the money. We loved what we did.
Love a hustler, dude.
So I didn't know like what an invoice was even, but we had an office.
Yeah.
So I didn't charge an invoice up front. And so me and my best friends, we all get together. We're like day and night working on this shit, just living off of Red Bulls, doing this website. We finished this website. A week goes by and we didn't realize, fuck, we didn't make any money this week because we turned every client down to do this website and we never gave them an invoice. And I don't even know how much this shit costs. So I'm like, fuck, man, what are we gonna do? Like, and it's looking bad. Like some of these guys that are working with us now too, kind of like, yo, where's our money? Like we just worked on this shit.
Sure.
And Shay's like, yo, just like send us an invoice. I asked my dad, I don't know how to write an invoice. My dad's like, here, this is how you do an invoice. My dad's like, how much is the invoice for? I was like, I don't know. So I called him.
Right.
30 grand for 5 days worth of work.
Shut the fuck
My
up.
dad's like, what?
He beat himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like,
oh God.
What? You just made $30,000 for? Okay, it's on. You can do this.
In fact, I will start Adobe Photoshop.
Yeah.
I will.
So my dad was my CPA.
Where's my cut?
Yeah, no. Well, my dad was my CPA.
Yeah.
So my dad's my accountant.
Wow.
Advising me. So you know what I do with that 30,000? Me and my best friend, we fucking buy some used Benzes. My dad's like, "What the fuck are you doing? You should invest in a house." Like, no, Pusha T has a Benz, and I look stupid in a Protege. I look crazy in a Mazda Protege. So now I start flexing. So now my flex face starts coming. My clients get bigger. Timberlands, boy, Nate Dangerhands was like,
Again,
he did Bad Girls for MIA.
The work you're doing is again visual.
All
and-
visual.
or-
No, we were offering everything. We didn't have any focus. We were doing it all. We were
Right.
like
Just
ADHD
one-stop
kids.
shop for
Anything
creative,
that wasn't rap,
creative
yeah,
shit.
we're doing
And it didn't exist in Virginia. There were no such as agencies. We didn't know what the fuck agency is, but somehow we learned it.
Right.
And we were actually an agency. We didn't know we were an agency when we ran it.
y'all-
It was Elusive Media.
Yeah.
Y'all call yourself a name.
Elusive Media.
Oh,
and
for
we
sure.
called itself Elusive because I think we were wanted to incorporate the word ill, and we were kind of low key. Like you wouldn't expect
Even we don't
us.
know what we do. It's elusive.
So it's Elusive Media, right? But we were Elusive Records first because we were trying to be a record label. That did not work out.
Right.
Because Magoo was like, yo, these beats are kind of whack. But we did the website. So Magoo gave me the best advice of all. Magoo was like, yo,
Would you stop
your
rapping?
beats are garbage. Don't ever rap, but make websites and make them
Ow.
for rappers.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, because nobody was
Magoo giving advice is the funniest
I
thing.
know, man.
Magoo looks Indian too, by the
Hey,
way.
he is. He rapped about it. But
Yeah,
Native
he's-
American.
yeah,
he's like Guyanese,
Native
okay.
American. Oh yeah, maybe that's what he meant.
Yeah.
He does talk about his hair being like
is-
wavy.
Yeah, he talked. That's right. That's,
Yeah, he said
that's
I'm
what-
part mutt. He says some shit like that.
Guyanese
on the
shit, I
rap.
think.
Yeah. And Guyanese are a lot of them, right?
Right.
West Indies is what I don't know. But so Magoo's Magoo's leaving like voicemails and shit. It's so funny in that voice. Like, by the way, Shomi. I don't know how to imitate it. It's like,
By the way,
Shomi. Like,
Shomi.
hey, Shomi.
None of us
By
can
the
do
way,
it.
Shomi.
We'll all come back.
Yeah.
Episode 2.
He was like, leaves a voicemail like, yo, don't fuck around with this rap shit, beat shit, but you can make a lot of money doing this.
Can I ask something? So like you're coming up, right?
Yeah, I'm
It's
coming
all
up.
good stuff. You're working hard.
Yeah,
You're hustling,
yeah.
right? Inevitably, you're gonna see more brown people, maybe not.
So,
And are
I
they?
will tell
That's
you
that's
who it
one
is.
quick question.
Yeah.
Are they with the culture? Are they fucking not?
yes.
Are they?
So the first guy I ever met that was with the culture, he was older than me, and I still am awesome friends with him. Literally just talked to him today and the other day. And I didn't know he was a bigger OG than me. And so
Really?
yeah.
What
There
the
was an
fuck?
OG that was
Rabindranath
more-
Tagore is still alive.
Joseph fucking
Who was he?
Patel.
Wow,
Which you need to interview.
Gujarati.
Yes, he is.
Jojo
Joseph
Patel.
Patel from
Who's
the
this guy?
Bay Area. fucking did all the MTV shit.
Ah.
So Joseph reached out to me on MySpace. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I say, yo, I have a show called My Block on MTV. So Joseph did, I don't know if you remember a show called a show on MTV called My Block. Joseph produced and directed a show on Yo, I felt so insecure when he hit me up. Like, this guy, I can't tell my parents about this guy. He's I'm fucking doing hustling like mixtapes and shit. This guy is a fucking executive producer on an MTV show and he's brown. But he was 10 years older than me, or maybe 5, I don't know.
Right.
But Joseph's older than me from the Bay Area. This guy fucking grew up with Mac Dre and all this shit.
Right.
So he was another guy we could connect. But again, I was one of those brown dudes that also grew up with like the cousins that listened to new wave music, so I had that extra edge. I was listening to Cure too. I was listening so I got along with Joseph because Joseph listened to New Order and Nine Inch Nails.
You know what's so crazy about this is like when we're growing up, right?
Yeah.
We have no representation so deeply that we're grasping at straws. So
Yes.
we're like, one time Akon had a shawarma. Oh god, it makes him Muslim.
Oh,
We're like,
dude,
we go
were
crazy.
claiming every rapper was fucking Muslim till there were mad Muslims coming up like Freeway and most.
And so you're freaking out. You're like, oh my god, this is my guy.
Mike Tyson's Muslim, yes.
Now it's all 5%er shit, let's be real. You know?
But I made an exception. I'm like, Jay-Z's Muslim. He's 5%er.
He's a
That's what I'm
5%er,
saying.
yeah.
That's funky.
I'm gonna throw all those rules out the window.
Sure,
Muslim.
he's Muslim.
I'm taking
Take it.
I'm taking what we can. It's like, yo, you are part of the Muslim gang.
Minus Yahoo, Muslim, actually.
Muslim at this point. Okay. I mean,
Taylor Swift, Muslim.
Hey, dude.
5%er.
Me and my brother used to go on these things. Like Michael Jackson, definitely Muslim. Like his brother's Muslim for sure.
And then you found out about the molestation, he's like Catholic. Catholic.
Or so Muslim, he's Catholic.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all the same shit, right? I mean, we stole, Muslims kind of took it from the Jews and Catholics, and now you get Islam.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because it's a Middle Eastern.
This is
religion.
It's the sequel. It's the third in the trilogy.
Pedophile moms in like 2070. They're gonna start getting into that.
Oh, it's all the same shit. But going back,
So there is a little peppering of your people. in this
Yeah,
space.
so like me, no, he was the only one I knew, only other brown dude.
You never got negativity, right? No.
Well, look, we got joked by the white kids. Always called me fucking.
I'm talking about in the studio. I'm talking in the studio while you're working. I'm not talking about growing up.
And when they did it, it didn't feel malicious because we joked back about other shit too. It didn't. No pun intended. Malice would joke me and they'd say he was like Project Pat. That's what he called me because my last name was Patwary, so he called me Project Pat.
That's great.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Project Pat. And it was weird growing up in Virginia. Like even the Project Pat shit was funny because, my dad would have clients that were also like Jamaican and all this shit. And then I started bringing him clients. So I started bringing them low key like.
You bought your dad like rappers to
Yeah,
oh
dude.
my
To like
god.
wash their money.
I didn't know it was a nightclub. I'd bring my dad. It would eventually.
So like at the end of the year, they give him your dad like a Furby necklace.
Bro,
thank you for all
it was
what you've done
weird.
for us.
So now my dad is like killing it, but not just with that clientele. Like, okay, Gandhi's grandson one day just walked into my house. The Gandhi walked into my house. Kanu Gandhi walked into my house. I don't know, what the fuck is this guy doing in
What
my
up,
house?
motherfucker?
He's like, I heard about your dad. He's a legend. Like, he should do my accounting. I'm like, what's your name? He's like, Gandhi. I'm like, as in like, Gandhi? He's like, yeah, I'm his grandson. And I'm the most beloved grandson, by the way. I'm like, what? You live in fucking Virginia? This is crazy.
That's weird as fuck.
So he became
What?
a client. Then my dad my brother one day sees Kanu Gandhi walking somewhere. He's like, oh, you need a ride? He's like, yeah. My brother's rocking Project Pat out loud. Dude, he's rocking 3-6 Mafia. Fucking
With Kanu Gandhi.
So I always wanted to make a fucking movie, make a TV show about my life. Like, it's the wildest shit.
That
That's
is
a
so
wild
wild,
It
Bro,
is.
my
You
upbringing
couldn't make a
is
TV
crazy.
show about it. You know why? Because it's so unbelievable.
Yeah,
so
because people
wild.
are making this
what
shit
is-
up.
yeah.
Dude, there were moments where the clips were fucking working with the cartel, right?
Yeah.
Not doing drugs, by the way. No.
Right.
No,
What-
like
for
music,
what?
Music shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was music shit. So, okay, I'll tell you this one time.
Yeah, you know the cocaine business is getting good. Let's get into music.
No,
What?
So they were on tour.
Yeah.
And these Mexican cartel dudes wanted to do a collaboration with the Clips. It was easy money. They offered them mad money. So I'm in
To do what? To do what?
music video and a record.
For them? For the cartels?
Yeah. So the cartel dudes.
Okay.
Yo, I didn't know they were the cartel, by the way. The Clips' manager, who was heavy in the streets, I can say this now because he indicted and got 30 years.
Yeah.
He ended up with 30 years, right? So the Clips' manager, who was super cool with me at the time, Tony, was like, yo, can you come up to Texas? I was like, yeah. He's like, you could do a Clips video up there, and these Mexican rappers, they got a record with us. Just come up, fly up to Texas. I'm like, okay, but I don't have any money. Like, how do I fly up to Texas? He's like, meet my cousin. I'm not gonna name his name. in Newport News, we call it Bad News. That's where Iverson grew
Yeah.
up. Newport News is the fucking hood.
Yeah. I've seen it. I've actually driven across there.
Yeah, Newport News.
We did a
She's
show
like,
there.
meet my cousin in Newport News. We meet him. He's got this fucking Honda Civic, duffel bags of money. He's like, here's fucking $3,000. Go buy a ticket to Texas. I give my dad the cash.
$3,000 for one ticket to Texas. They don't have any concept of the market.
No,
yeah.
they don't. They don't know anything. Here's $3,000. It was me and my friend. Take your fucking whatever fisheye cameras that you film skateboarding with. Go to Texas. Fucking fly down next day to Texas. And the client, the cartel client is like, I know you guys wrote a song for this record, but the rapper is no longer rapping on there. We're not going to tell you why. It's a new rapper now. I'm not going to ask if this guy is like in a
The bars were so trash, he got
no,
killed.
No, he might have been disposed.
Yeah.
That's not so dark.
He got fucking Sicario'd.
Yeah, he got Sicario.
He missed one rhyme. They're like,
Yeah.
okay.
He probably got Sicario.
It was Squid Game, basically.
They switched to the wackest. Oh, no, I'm not going to. He's not whack. He's not whack.
He's amazing.
Bro,
He's an amazing
if you
rapper.
keep shitting on that, we'll get killed.
You're
because
going to
my
get
brothers.
killed too.
Sorry.
They
Alright?
don't discriminate. They
Yeah, they'll kill all of
They're
us.
in the
Story
collective
gets darker,
punishment.
by the
I don't
way.
want my face on a soccer
Yo,
ball.
this story gets darker, by the way. So
I'm scared now, all of a sudden.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
this
telling
is-
you wild shit.
This is amazing. Keep
You
it
guys
coming.
didn't sign up for this.
Oh, we did.
Keep going, of
We're
course.
here.
Good.
So, we do this video with the fucking cartel. In the video, the cartel is like using cash to buy actual jewelry. It didn't really hit me there with the cartel since all of them are like Mexican rolling up in Rolls Royces at the video shoot. Because they're like, because we're like doing DIY shit. Like, we're just shooting around. I'm like, take us to the next location. Like, yeah, we have a car wash. I'm like, cool. Go to the car wash, no cars. Just
washing.
just empty. But there's a Rolls Royce there. And then Slim Thug shows up in his Rolls Royce and he gets a cameo in this video. I know, this is crazy, bro. So we shoot this video with
And then Michelle Obama comes in. I don't know.
So
What?
we shoot this video with the Clips. And then we go back to Virginia. The Clips' manager's like, make sure you never send him that video because this video's whack. And not the video's whack. Actually, that video's not whack. The video's actually pretty good, but the song is fucking
So
trash.
the manager is Liam Neeson for some reason.
So the manager's like, you cannot let this video come out because this will look bad for us. I'm like, fuck, but this is the cartel.
You have to say yes to them.
I have to release this video. Now, every day the cartel's blowing up my phone.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
And it's like, if you don't release this fucking video, I'm going to murder you. Dude.
What? Are you fucking
I'm not
serious?
joking.
This is what they're saying.
They're not saying murder, but it's not going to end well.
Sure.
So I'm avoiding. I'm like, yo, this edit's going to take longer.
Yeah.
I am now in the middle of the Clips cartel shit. I'm like,
God. This is like Pineapple
By the way, I don't
Express.
think the Clips even realized it was the cartel. I think their manager did. The Clips got paid to do this record because they
Sure.
do many tour stops. So at the time,
At this point, only you're gonna get
and
killed.
I think at the time
Yeah.
the label
Only
wasn't-
you.
the label was like trying to hold the record hostage. So they're like, fuck it, we'll take this 50 grand real quick,
Right.
do a record with some randos.
Yeah.
You know. So they did the record, and the manager was the one who was like, yo, you can't let this record come out. I'm like, fuck, if I don't let this record come out, they're gonna come after me. But like, no, I'm in Virginia Beach. Maybe I'll be fine. So I'm avoiding. One day, like, hey, by the way, I'm in Virginia.
Oh.
The fucking cartel dude. Can you tell me about some cool skate shops? Because you know Pharrell and them, they skate. So like, we want to get some cool like ice cream gear. Or can we go?
Can you come with us tonight?
Yeah. I'm like, all right. I'm fucking burning this DVD when I meet this guy. They got the fucking.
Okay.
They got the DVD.
Yeah.
Thank God YouTube didn't exist.
Right.
So they only had a DVD and it only spread locally. It wasn't until YouTube came out that fucking video finally came out.
Which video is this?
Okay, it's a song called Soldier's Ride.
Soldier's Ride.
Hold
Yeah,
the
what's
fucking
happening?
phone, dude.
Yo, it's called Soldier's Ride, and you can only
And
see
you
the
almost
full
got
video.
murdered for this video.
Yeah, oh, there's many videos I got murdered for. Are you fucking kidding me? That was the only one. There was another time we did a video with, so the Wu-Tang had a very deep connection to Virginia for some reason. The first Wu-Wear store is actually in Virginia, not New York.
Okay.
And I grew up right next to the Wu-Wear store.
Right.
Soldier's Ride clips. Okay.
Oh,
it's
no,
queued
it showed up?
Not in, it's
Oh,
here.
I know this.
Yeah, I did that video.
You directed
Big
this?
J.
Directed
Big
this.
J featuring
yes,
clips.
dude. I directed
Okay.
that video.
I've seen this. I had a clip slow phase. I used to go
yeah.
through
Love
all
the
these
clips.
steps.
Yeah, you
Amazing.
have to. Like, I don't know.
can you
So good, so good.
You're the best.
You did,
Yeah.
did Pusha T really compose the McDonald's theme song?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
that's-
loving
that's
it.
wild.
That's wild.
Yeah, then
But-
he ended up doing Arby's.
And you got like
We got the meats.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is Pusha T like the best copywriter in history?
Yo,
Yeah.
he's amazing. I mean, he's an amazing guy. I mean, me and him were supposed to do an agent.
He thought of ba-da-ba-ba-ba. He
Yes,
thought of that.
Loving it. Genius. The guy's a fucking amazing writer.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Anyway,
Amazing. I mean, that whole camp is just
so you're saying that again? This is an interesting thing.
that was the first run with like potential violence. My life is like Breaking Bad meets Harold and Kumar.
Yeah, it totally
No,
is,
because
dude.
my best friend's this Asian kid, and we're getting into shit all the time, taking road trips. So the movie I'm gonna create is gonna be like a fucked up Harold Kumar, like straight up taking a road trip to make a music video, and almost getting killed because it happened to us many times. So that's what my movie's gonna be. I already wrote the script. It's called Gorilla Boys.
Nice.
Dude, I love this guy.
It's
so much,
amazing.
dude. I love
Yo,
this guy.
so that shit goes
Gorilla
down. That was the first
Boys.
run with Death, I think, or maybe the second run with Death. The other one was also with Pusha T. He did another record with this guy who was part of Wu-Tang, but like Wu-Tang had like 50 unknown
At their
members.
peak, they had like
Yeah.
1,000
so
members.
these guys were like, I'm not gonna. So they were good rappers. Wu Syndicate was a Virginia-based Wu like affiliate, right?
Yeah.
So this guy Napoleon had a record with Pusha T. Didn't know Napoleon was managed by the biggest fucking drug lords in Virginia, kingpins.
Yeah.
So they give me money, cash. Me and my friend show
To
up
make the video?
To make the video, me and my friend, and it's good money. We get all this cash to shoot the video. We show up at the nightclub. We start shooting. Pusha doesn't show up
Yeah.
to the video shoot,
Oh boy.
and I don't think he ever will. So then again, I didn't realize our manager was beefing with that drug dealer. And so his manager's like, we're not going to do the video. Again, had nothing to do with Pusha. Pusha would have done it. But manager's job is to schedule this shit.
Right.
So Pusha had no clue. So manager didn't schedule it, maybe in purpose. So now one of my best friends is like, yo, you're never going to do that video? Like, you're not going to finish it? I'm like, how? Pusha's not going to end up doing this. He's like, well, these dudes, I went to their nightclub the other day and I saw them like put somebody's face in the oven. Like, oh, fuck! You
Face
fucking
in the oven.
This is like Goodfellas shit. Like, I just should have been a programmer.
But your
I should have been a programmer.
Your reaction,
At that time,
dude,
I'm walking back and forth. I fucked up.
your reaction
Should
though
not
is
be
like
rap videos.
Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone 2, like in the oven.
Yeah.
I should have been a programmer. I should have been a programmer.
So what do? I get on my Heisenberg shit.
Yeah.
Now I'm like plotting. How am I gonna get out of this?
Yeah.
Unreal.
So I tell Tony
Unreal.
at the time. I tell Tony Gonzalez, who's Clips manager. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, man, I don't want to get my face fucking put in the oven, and I don't want to fuck with this guy. So why don't you call him for me? Because they're calling my shit and threatening to kill me. Call him and tell him we ain't doing this shit.
What?
And so he's a G too. He's the fucking kingpin. He's got
Face in the oven. What
Facing
is
30
this?
years later when he got busted. So then he makes a phone call. He's like, we ain't doing this shit, and Shomi ain't gonna get bullied.
Yeah.
I got so much street cred after that.
Wow.
I was untouchable. Yo, fucking
What happened? What's the movie you made?
the move was, so their A&R for the Wu-Tang dudes was threatening me, like, yo, if you don't get this fucking video done, you better give all the money back. I'm like, I kind of spent this. Like, I enjoyed this money already. Like, it's gone.
4 Benzes.
Yeah. No, I was stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I spent it on some Dolce & Gabbana glasses at the time or something. I don't know. I was just like being reckless because I was trying to keep up with them. Little did I know they're making millions and I'm making like maybe $30,000 a lot of money when you're a kid.
Yeah.
When you're 22. So like all the money I'm making, like I'm like spending it on dumb
Sure,
shit.
sure. You're a kid. You're a kid.
I'm in my mid 20s. I'm trying to impress.
Right.
Taking my friends, they get them on VIP. I'm buying them bottles. I don't drink. I'm
Right.
buying them bottles.
Are you still Muslim at this point? Are you
No,
still...
completely. So
Done,
I am the
done.
most halal dude because my life is so haram around it.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm super
It is,
halal.
bro. You even have Heisenberg glasses, bro. This is
Yeah.
insane. Your
Yeah. I
life,
am the hip-hop
contrast is-
Heisenberg, right?
It's amazing, dude. But dude, your story is so fucking amazing. It's just a
unreal.
guy
I
who's...
feel like I talked more than you guys. I feel bad.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
good.
that's fine.
That was for the best, though. For
Dude.
the first time ever, we weren't interrupting a guest
Yeah.
because your story was just so
actually
fire.
so good.
Oh, man. I feel bad.
We even feel bad.
No, what are you talking about?
All we do is talk all the time.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, you can't shut
Yeah.
us the fuck up.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So the fact that your story was so engaging because it's just you with your skills making new waves with your skills.
And just like weirdly, there's fate conspiring too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in all these
Yeah.
weird ways.
Yeah, and I know we're going to do some shit. So I'm
Yeah.
excited.
yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This guy's totally quiet now. He's like, he had one run-on sentence the entire episode. He's like,
I'm done.
Take a deep breath.
Easy, buddy. Take some water in
Done,
there.
dude.
I
Felt
think
like
we
I just
should.
did a
We should.
TED Talk. This is my TED Talk.
We got this. We got this.
I think we should reserve our advice column for
Yeah,
next
yeah,
step.
for next time, it's fine. An amazing story, truly enthralling, dude. We were just
Fucking amazing
blown
guy.
away.
Show me.
Just through virtue of his own fucking self-love and determination did he fucking get into any space he wanted. That's the way you do it, man. That's you go to. It doesn't mean the space means nothing. It's what you do in the space. Boom.
There it is. Fucking Shomi Patwary.
Thank you guys
Loved
for
having
having
you,
me,
bro.
man.
Love, thank you for coming on Mango Bay.
Shomi is so
Yeah, I
guilty.
know.
He feels so guilty right now. Sorry, guys.
Take a call from your
It was
wife.
amazing. Yeah,
for everyone out there, thank you so much for tuning into Mango Bay. You know where to find Shomi at Shomi Patwary on Instagram, Twitter, at Usama Stands Up, at Pranav, at Your Mango Bay. Follow us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Write us a review. Stay engaged. Stay with the Patreon. We love you guys. Thank you.
Come again.
Your mango bay.